Module 1, Introduction to Construction Contract Management. Following through the learning objectives and the course contents, let us pause for the Introduction to Construction Contract Management by discussing the focus areas in managing construction projects. The contracting process, construction contract management framework, and contract management with topics preface, management interfaces, guides to contract management, and the reality of managing projects. What is your focus in projects? For a while, I want you to ponder about this question. Are you focused in managing the construction or managing the contract? Know what really is your focus. Here are the focus areas in managing projects. Construction project management is governed by a contract. With the contract are owner's requirements and constructor's deliverables to assure that the construction project is in line with the contract. Site administration and management. There has to be proficiency in this area. Low competence and knowledge could mean a failed project. Organizational capability, resources like management and people, equipment, systems and procedures, and financing determine the ability to complete a project. Environment, health and safety, and security and compliance requirements. These matters are sometimes considered unimportant, but must be complied in every aspect. Non-compliance can be disastrous to a project. Records and information, particularly important, but at times taken for granted. These must be focused on quality services. The level of quality in project is defined and agreed upon. Financial management. The bottom line, everybody in the project must be serious about costs. Payments and receipts for works ought to be managed. Management tools and techniques should be mastered and utilized for efficiency. These are planning tools, scheduling, risk management, issues management, procurement processes, to name some. Contractual obligations. The owner and constructor must comply. Again, with the contract, contractual obligations of both parties must be emphasized. And definitely, it is contract management, and it follows the contracting process. Contracting process indicates the manners by which a construction contract is administered. The construction contract contains the owner's requirements and specifies the contractor's deliverables. Project activities are performed per the scope of the contract. The owner is satisfied. He receives the products or services. Constructor gained and obtains reputation and profitability. This contracting process is the common occurrence in construction contracting. Insights for you. With all smiles, both parties entered into a contract. The project owner was happy he received the lowest bid. The constructor was also happy he marked a high profit in his bid. Months later, the project owner was faced with pressing issues he had regretted. The constructor was not paid because of poor performance. He was troubled. Conflicts had been increasing during the execution even though the project was completed. Constructor was enraged and had wanted to abandon the project so many times. Told the project owner, "Good riddance." The project owner had threatened, told the constructor, "See you in court." Was this your contract? Surely you can be good at construction contracting. Become better by thoroughly knowing contract management. The construction contract management in a framework serves as the foundation to two process pillars. First pillar, contract administration. Second pillar, contract closeout. Applying properly, contract management will result to a winner construction project. Let me begin with the contract management. Let us have Module 1, Contract Management. We start with the preface. Next, Management Interfaces, Guides to Contract Management, and the reality of managing projects. As a preface, the definition of contract management is the process of ensuring the delivery of obligations by the owner, the performance of commitments by the constructor, are conforming with the contract terms, the plans, and the specifications, along with managing the interfaces among different providers of services or products. Description of contract management. Once the contract is firmed up, the chance to change the basic agreement without business implications has been forfeited. These business implications are cost, time, quality, risk, others. Owner and constructor agree to the contract language that protects each other's best interests. I'm stressing best interests. Best interests are assured by establishing proper management interfaces. The constructor interfaces with the owner's organization. The constructor has a construction project team composed of project manager, site engineer, estimators, quantity surveyor, logistics officer, and project planner. Another team, project control, which is composed of finance officer, buyer, cost accountant. This project control team is backed up by company finance. The construction project team interfaces with project control team. Another team, contract administration, has legal officer, contracts officer, and usually this is supported by company legal. The construction project team interfaces with contract administration. Contract administration interfaces with project control. In medium to large projects, the owner may have a similar organizational setup. Both constructor and owner agree to follow the guides in contract management. Guides to contract management must be in place to implement the contract in an organized and efficient manner. First, the construction contract. There has to be one when into contracting. Company policies and procedures, both for the constructor and the owner. Project execution and control manual. Well-managed companies have this to organize how projects are handled. I normally consider the manual as the universal project document. EHS manual and security guidelines. Specific to health and safety, the government requires that these are in place and approved. For environment, it should be in place too. For security, there should be guides to secure the project. Quality assurance programs and quality control procedures manual to align to the agreed quality standards and processes. Sometimes, companies do not have this manual when normally this must be in place. Construction site management procedures manual should be readily available to ensure site administration are properly applied. Drawing and document presentation standards. Provide the templates for drawings and documents in projects. Design deliverable standards. Contain the requirements for design engineering. Commissioning procedure manual, stating how commissioning is done prior to formal acceptance, etc. The management guides assure the proper handling of the project's reality. This is the reality of managing projects. 75 to 90% of project supervisory time is normally spent in activities that require the ability to use contract documents. 10 to 25% is spent in non-contract related time. Did you realize that? Indeed, you are managing contracts. Let's see how construction contracts are developed. Learning check of Module 1, Introduction to Construction Contract Management. Contract management focuses on several construction project management areas. Set processes and guidelines are used by the project organization to administer the contract. Actually, project management is contract management, which is on a framework of two pillars: contract administration and contract closeout.